You done ground reference maneuvers?
Turning around a point we've
Yeah.
done, and
Right.
some S turns.
Okay, we're gonna go over and set up some stuff for pattern work, and then we'll go to Columbia County and do some takeoff landings.
All right.
Okay. All right. And you got me here until 10 o'clock, right? It's a 2-hour
I think so. Yeah.
Very good. But my house looks bitchin'.
Nice.
I've had a guy out there for the last year and this year they're doing, because the house is 31 years old. We built it, and that's just doing some. Hey, Mark, what are we going to be doing for my own personal mind? What are we going to do when we fly? What are we going to do when we go flying?
I don't know, your choice.
All right. What do you want to work on?
I mean, there's a couple of things. I mean, I could always improve on just
The basics?
the basics.
All right, there. We'll do a little bit, head up to Albany, do some of that, and we'll do a little bit of basics, all right?
Okay. You know, and then also practicing, you know, like holds.
Yep, yeah, well, I got you covered.
That sort of
Okay,
stuff.
we got you.
Just so I don't lose.
Okay, yep, very good. Hey, here we go.
He's just working on like his proficiencies.
Yeah, I know he's working on his instrument rating.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so let's see. All right, so master. Okay. Clear.
Have you been up to Pittsfield yet?
No, I have not.
Alright, so we're going to do a little pattern work at a different place. They have a right-hand pattern, so it'll give us an operation for a right-hand pattern also.
Okay.
Yeah, and we go to test just the way we make sure that we know how loud it is, because if it's all turned down, volume's down, they can hear us, but we won't hear them. So this way, just make sure it's all set. Very good. Very good.
All right, so Great Barrington, 20 Romeo, radio check. Oh, you're already on all. Okay.
He may be on the phone right now, so I'm just going to make one quick phone call while we taxi out, okay?
Yep.
I usually don't do this, but it's just been one thing to turn out. You get to go ahead and taxi out.
Okay. I always forget that.
Hey, Steve, how you doing? Good. Hey, can you do me one favor around 10 o'clock? Yeah, just run up to, the lady that I bought her lawn. She's having trouble. She has a screen door. She took out the glass and I put in the rod. She said she could get the screen door
Okay.
Sorry
so we
about
got, Nope, no problem. We got no wind.
Yep,
and,
so we're going to use a 29. We'll use 29, yep.
Okay. Great Barrington, 20 Romeo, back taxi runway 29. Okay, parking brake is set. In 2000. So we're not creeping. Okay, mag drop. Left. Right. Carb heat. Okay. Is are in the green.
Yep.
Alright, and
Hey, Terry, is Joe inside?
Yeah, what's up?
I just told him that I just got a text from Nicholas. He'll be here about 8:30 tonight, so he's just going to come to the airport. I'll be staying here until he gets here.
Okie dokie.
And then I'll be able, if it's still late, I'll be with him tomorrow.
so fuel pump on. Gauges checked. Those both. Primer is locked. Probes on. Off. Mixture's rich and doing its thing. 2-2. And trim. Okay, heading into key is at 16.5.
Well, it says 167, 37895.
1673895.
Yeah, 167, almost 168 degrees. I'm only kidding. Only kidding. That's like the old joke. He says American Airlines turn right 2 degrees. Says I can't turn 2 degrees right. I can on my thing. They said fine. Turn left 89 and turn right at 91.
Perfect. So altimeter, I set that up there. It's just a hair lower here. Controls still doing their thing. Okay, doors, windows. Belts and okay, head down the runway. 2150. The airspeed needs to be alive. Gauges got to be in the green. After 60, we can pull up and go. If we lose cruise engines anywhere below 1,000, we just head for a field in front of us, and anything above that, we can turn and come back, right?
Okay. Very good. Okay, so now every time you take off, you can expect a engine failure, and every time you land, you can expect a go around. Okay, so that way it won't surprise you. I know that one's going to be flying around here, going to fall in that, and you're going to take off and get to this. Okay?
Yeah, I've been trying to mentally go through in my head as
Yep.
to carb heat, mixture, fuel pump.
Yep.
Then we're going for
The two big ones are the three big ones are the carb heat, the fuel pump, and the fuel fuel gauge.
Fuel
But if
tank.
I've been running an airplane up like this far for now, it's probably not going to be the fuel tank. It's going to be the fuel pump, or it's going to be the carburetor race. Okay. Okay, we're going to take off and depart straight out.
gauges in the green.
Okay, now look at the far end of the runway. See the far end of the runway? That's all I'm doing is there. And if I'm not landing on the center line of the runway, 100%, it's no big deal. Don't try and force yourself to get back on there. And also we're Beehive and we're B, so we're continuously checking for other airplanes in the area and just making sure that everything's all set.
Okay. I get a little preoccupied with the trees and what's below us here at first, but I'm sure...
But the idea is you look over here, there's nothing there, but I got all these here, so if I lost engines right now, I can't go right to that field. I have to set up my base and my final. I have to set up something unless I'm too close to ground. I can't do that, but you can see that, that's perfect. Okay, let's hold this heading of 310, and we're just going to climb up to 2,500 feet.
Airport 5 out Foxtrot, 10 miles to the north, inbound, good speed.
It is much smoother in the morning.
Yes, yes, it is. Because after 10 o'clock, the wind actually starts picking up, and it starts to do a little bit of a... Okay, looking good. Okay, now as I come up in, I can shut off the fuel pump if you don't need that. The idea is you want to check, you don't want to go too far away from the airport with the electric fuel pump on, because in case the engine river pump quits, that's the only thing that's going to keep me in the air will be the electric pump, so I just want to make sure that I get it squared away.
Gotcha.
There we go, very nice. Beautiful.
Phillips County Warrior turning final, 3-3 Phillips County.
Yeah, let's go ahead and turn to a heading about 300. Yeah, 300. Again, look out there. It's right off the nose. See that white water tank way up in the distance? Roughly about there.
Okay.
Okay, very nice. And you can see the Hudson Valley here. It looks good. You can see all the way to Albany, New York. It looks good. Okay, so now when we're coming in for a landing, we do there's a landing checklist. That can be done anyway. Usually if you're coming back from Buffalo or, someplace Maine and you're starting a descent, 30 miles from the airport or 20 miles from the airport, that's the time you do the initial things, and that's fuel on proper tank, electric fuel pump on, and mixtures rich. Those three things are the big important things, okay? All right? So that's because you could be too leaned out, and as you get down, you could be getting too little gas, okay? The other thing is you want to make sure that the electric fuel pump is on, and then you better make sure that you're on the tank that you want for landing, okay? Very good. Okay, so now we're going to slow the airplane up. So again, say you're looking at the airports off to the left here, and I see that white tank is straight ahead. That's the heading that I want to slow the airplane. So let's start slowing the airplane up to our normal approach speed, which is 80 miles an hour in this airplane, okay? And you can do it usually downwind, base, and final, however you feel comfortable with is fine with me. The idea is you're going to maintain the 2500. There you go. Now in this particular airplane, when I bring the carburetor heat on and I bring the power back, and I put down 1 notch of flaps, okay? And I just put in 1 turn, take your hands right up to it, take your hands off the wheel, okay? All right, it needs a little bit more up trim, because with 1 notch of flaps and just under 2,000 RPM, you should have just about 95 to 100, okay? Good, take your hand off the wheel. Perfect, now put down your 2nd notch, okay? See? Okay? Okay, and
a little more up trim.
Now take your hand off the wheel, just see what happens. Should be about 85 to 90. Perfect. See, this is what you're looking for, okay? The airplane's going to fly something that's going to keep you safe. And now put down your 3rd notch. And now this airplane here needs pretty much all the trim all the way up. There you go, okay? And now bring the power rate up to about 2,000. There you go. And just see what happens with the speed, okay? So, a little cold there today, so it's not too much. There you go. So there it is. So all I'm doing is heading straight towards that white thing there, and take your hands right off the wheel. See that? There it is, 80 miles an hour. That is my approach speed. Now let's do a descending turn. See that green strip way down there?
Yep.
Right? But then that's runway, so let's just turn and line right up with that, okay? Now as you do that, you're watching the nose to the green. Nose to the green, and you see you let the nose down, it's going to keep the same airspeed. The important thing is keeping the speed the same, because if you don't, well, you're going to be chasing the airplane, and a good landing will only come after you've had a good approach. That's it. Like that, good. You stop the turn, okay? You descend again, now you want to start down a little bit, so just bring the power back. And when you do that, just allow the nose down. Why? Because it's trimmed for 80, and I want 80 miles an hour. As I guess I let down, okay? Looks good.
Skyacres 874, 5 miles north of the field.
Just level off right here. Just level off. Just give it power, okay? Just give it power. Okay, give it power. There you go. There you go. Just hold it right there. Good. Okay, now we're just heading right towards that little tank right there. Now see this strip right here? You see the pond right there? You see that nice little strip right there?
Yep.
You're on the right base for a right airplane for a race. So now we're going to wait until we line up. So I extend the center line. See that little white house down there?
Yep.
In the middle of the thing there. So somewhere between there is where I'm going to start my turn. As I turn and take up a radius. So I look out there to that right field there.
Okay, you want me to descend towards it? Or?
Yeah, you can start descending. Just right no, what you do is I still have to go further up here. See that white house is where final is. So bring the power back and now let the nose down. See, just let the nose down. See this? I'm starting a straight ahead descent. See, now I'm on the right base, and I'm going to go right over that house. See those 2 houses down there? That's where the extended center line is. So that's where I'm going to take it down there. Okay, now if we're getting a little high, so it's not just bring the power back, and then just watch the nose. See, just let the nose down. You got it. There you go. Just let the nose down. There you go. And all I'm doing is heading towards that white, the power lines up there.
And then turn before the White House for the radius.
Yeah. As you turn, you take up a radius. So what I do is I'm just going to, okay, it's somewhere just the other side of that little house there, okay? Yeah. Go ahead and stop your turn there for a second. Go ahead and stop your turn because you want to line up right with the field. See how the field is up there. So you do this. What you're doing is just, I'm just having you descend. Okay, straight ahead. That's all I'm doing. Look good.
Getting used to the turning radius is going to take a little bit.
Well, it changes every time too with the tailwind and headwind. Okay, so now I'm going to start your turn and just going to line up with that open field. Anyways, in there is fine. So just see how the nose is down. If you see you're getting low, you add power. If you see you're high, you bring the power back. Okay, I see you're high, so let the nose down. See, there's the airport. Stay straight ahead. Just let the nose down. Okay. And now say it's time to go around, so just give it full power. You're gonna go around, give it full power. Just let the nose right up. See, let the nose right up, nice and easy.
Drop a notch?
Yeah, carburetor heat off. Yep. Now just keep the wings level and just not take one notch of flaps off. Okay. Now just let the airplane stabilize. Okay. Now you have all that trim. Now you take down 2 turns of trim out. 1, 2. There you go. Now just take in. There it is. Now you're climbing. Okay, let's go ahead and turn to the left to a heading of 240. So again, what we did is we just had you slow up, started descent, turned your base and your final, and you did a go-around. A go-around is the easiest thing. Every time you land, you got to prepare for a go-around, okay? So what's going to happen is you're going to bring it up, and you're going to have to do the go-around by just giving it full power and letting the airplane stabilize itself on the way out. There you go, as your 240. Now you can start taking your flaps up. There we go, looking good. And we're going to level off at 2,000 feet. Okay, let's go ahead and slow the airplane up. There, your normal approach speed. So again, just do it. Just 1, 2, and 3, however you want it. It's one turn and 1 click, and one. Now just take your hands off the wheel and see what the airplane does. See, it's slower than 95, so I don't need any trim. Okay, put down your second notch. Okay, and I'll just look straight ahead. See there? It's 80, 85, so it's fine. You don't need flaps. There's any trim. Okay, now put down your third. There you go. Okay, now there's your runway straight ahead. See the road? So now just turn right towards the road. See the Taconic State Parkway? There's your runway straight ahead.
Trim up a little?
Now you're doing, trim it up. Now this airplane pretty much needs almost all the trim all the way, but not quite all of it. So what happens is, let's take your hand off the wind, just let's see what happens. See, it's got a little too much up in there. So there you go. So there, now see the Taconic State Parkway? Yep. There's your runway straight ahead. So let's just go ahead and descend towards that. Okay. Now if you take your hand off and the airspeed is doing to see like daylight today, perfect. Okay. 80 miles an hour is perfect, okay? So what I do is, I'm just going to use my rudder and that aileron. See that runway, the thing there? Now I'm getting high, okay? So now just look at the thing, see the overpass there? See the overpass on the
yep.
I want to land just past that, so just bring the power back. So that I'm sure I'm getting high, okay? As I do that, watch this, watch the nose come down, see this? I'm maintaining my speed, okay? And that's the big thing, because if I high and I push the nose over, what's going to happen is I'm going to overshoot the runway. I'm going to be too fast. Okay. There you go. So now that's it. Just bring the power back. There you go. Beautiful. I'm just going to line up a little bit to the right because we're going to line up with the one at the right hand side there. There we go. Beautiful. There you go.
Little trim.
Yep.
Spin up.
Beautiful. See, now you see where the truck is. See, so now you see you're still high, so just go ahead and bring the power back a little bit more. See? And the trick is, if you're high, just bring the power back and allow the nose down, and it keeps the same. And see, you pick a spot there. It looks pretty good. Okay, now let's do a go-around. So give it full power. Now just let the nose come up. Just let the nose come up nice and easy. Now take your carburetor heat off, okay? Now it's trimmed for 80, all right? So that's fine. So just let the airplane come up like that. Now take off 1 notch of flaps. And when you do that, now just see what the airplane's going to do. See the nose is coming up. You're holding 80. Now again, just fly towards the cloud. See, the airplane's all trimmed up, so it's doing it itself, okay? You might need a little bit of down trim. Just give it a little bit of down trim just to protect yourself. There you go. You do that. Don't pull the wheel back. Just watch the nose. That's good. You need a little bit of right rudder for torque, okay? That's good. And now clean up the airplane. Okay, give me a climbing turn to the left to a heading of 300, all the way around to the left. So the first thing you do is check for traffic, make sure there's nobody there. It looks good. Now just nice, easy climbing turn to the left. Okay, now here's the little trick. 300 degrees, what's off my wingtip, okay? So you see if it's off your wingtip, see the city of Hudson? So now I got something to fly to. I got the nose,
Right.
the Hudson. See, there's my 300. So it is. See the nose is. I'm just pointing to it. See how the nose is coming up here? Nice and easy. Okay, that's it. Now I can fine tune it. Looks good. Keep coming. Keep the turn coming. There you go. Good. Now just level it off there. That's good right there. Good. Any questions on that?
Nope.
Okay, now one thing you have to do is, we'll just head down this way here. You have to do is an approach to landing stall, power off stall for your check ride, okay? So this happens when you get on final and you're trying to stretch the glide out and you're not adding power, the airplane's going to stall, okay? So what we're doing is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to set it up straight ahead. We're going to hold this heading here, 280, we're on landing on runway 28. Okay, so put your carburetor heat on and level off here. Here's a level off here. And bring the power back below 2,000. And I just put down your 3 knots and flaps, 1, 2, 3. And that's hold the nose level. There you go, nice and easy. That's it. And now you know you're going to see some trim. You're going to need some trim. Yeah, that's good. And I just said, okay, there. Okay, so now it says the AWC, the standards, AD, whatever they call it. Okay, is there it is. It says set up a 500 foot per minute rate of descent. See that house in the middle of the field with the red roof?
Yep.
You're descending right towards that. Okay, so now what you do is now you bring the power off. Bring the power off. Okay. Now just try and stretch it. Hold the nose up. Now nice and easy. Don't descend anymore. This is don't go below 2,000. Now pull it up. Pull the nose up. You're trying to stretch the airplane. Stretch it out. Pull it back. 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 Pull it right back. Pull it back. This is how you do it. Keep pulling. Pull it back. Then you do see this. And you're gonna say, okay, I guess my stall light warning. Okay, and here's the stall right there. And I give it full power and fly right out. Fly right out. Get that nose up. Get that nose to see you're flying. There you go. And the idea is this is now I take off 1 notch of flaps. There you go. The idea is what happened is you're on final approach and you forget to put the power in there and you're trying to stretch it or you don't have the power in there. Okay, so what did I do? Okay, I got the airplane for a second. Okay, so here we are. What you do is 80 miles an hour heading towards that open field right there and you can bring the power off and it says, the ACS says set up a 500 to 600 foot per minute rate of descent, which I got right there, okay? And then I said we're gonna level off here. Say I'm getting too low for the airport, so I'm just gonna start look at the factory way off in the distance. See that point on the mountain? That's all I'm gonna do. Is say nice and easy, nice and easy, nice. It's a nice easy maneuver. See this here? Just trying to stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. There's the light. I have the light indication. Okay, here's the stall. Now I want to get out of dodge, so I give it full power. A little bit of right rudder. Carburetor heats off. Heading the airplane is flying, and the idea is get out of dodge. Okay. Very good. Okay, you try one of those now. Okay.
Okay.
Just put down, put down 1 notch of flaps. There you go. And carburetor heat on. And we're just going to head towards the factory way down there. There you go. And so now just bring the power back. And now what you do is just you want to hold the you just stay steady as it. Let the nose down so you set up and let bring power all the way off. There you go. Yeah. Now just set up a nice descent. There you go. Perfect. There. Beautiful. And now just look at the factory way off in the distance. And nice and easy, nice and slowly, just pull the wheel back. Just pull the wheel back, pull the wheel back, pull it back. Keep the wheel level, nice and easy. But just maintain your altitude. And pull it back, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back. Pull it back, looks good. There's the stall. And now just fly the airplane out. That's it. Now 1 notch of flaps. Here's flying, so get that nose up there. Beautiful. Any questions on that?
Nope.
Okay, very good. All right, let's go ahead and tune in, just put in 133.52 as you're climbing, okay? We're going to do a climbing turn to the left to a heading of a 060. 133.52.
52.
Yep.
You said 0 or 20?
No, 060.
Oh,
So all they're doing is nice and easy, okay? So they just keep cranking until you see 52. There you go. A little bit more. Okay. Now here's a little thing. Here's 060 right off my wingtip. What do I see off my wingtip? That big open green field. Yep. So now I can concentrate on doing this, and we're going to level up at 2,000 feet.
Columbia County Airport. Automated weather observation. 1244 Zulu. Weather. Wind. Calm. Visibility 10. Clear. Below 12,000. Temperature 18 Celsius. Dew point 11. Altimeter 3000.
Okay, 3000. That's good. Okay, so now they said it's winds of calm, so that's usually runway 21. So they're 12305. We just level off here at 2,000. Okay, 12305. Okay. Okay, so now what we do is we're just going to listen to their frequency 12305 for a second. Okay, just going to listen to them. The airport's right off our left-hand side. You see it right up there? I'll just show you right here. So we're setting up, I set you up for 45 to downwind there. See the open field there? See the blue building there? Hang on 1 second. It's right off the nose right there. See the blue building way off? Right off the nose. See the blue building and the other roof going this way here?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay, there's the runway. That's the end of 3. Okay, so now we do is just say Columbia County, I gotta bring the flaps down. Columbia County 7520 Romeo is 4 miles southeast inbound. That's all you gotta say. And if somebody's in the pattern, they'll tell you what runway they're using. We're gonna use 21 if not. Okay.
Columbia County 7520 Romeo is 4 miles
Southeast
inbound.
Okay, so now just bring the power back a little bit. Okay, the wind, there's nobody in the pattern. Okay, so their preferred runway is 21 when it's calm. Okay, so we're going to land on 21. Okay, so we're on a 45 to the downwind right now. See the runway 3? It's about 45-degree angle. Okay, so we're in there. So now you just say Columbia County 7520 Romeo is on a 45 to the downwind, runway 21. So it's a 45 to the downwind, runway 21.
Columbia County 7520 Romeo on a 45 downwind, runway 21.
Very good. Okay, so we're going to descend down to 1,200 feet. That's our pattern altitude, so just checking for other airplanes in the area. Now, once we get close enough, see the red building, the building down here with the lumber mill on it? Yep. We're going to fly right over that as our downwind, yep. So this is, as you turn, you take up a radius. So see this here? I got this, I got that little red barn. Yep, there you go. And we're going to level off at 1,200 feet because that's our pattern altitude, 1,000 feet above. So now I just say Columbia County, Cherokee 20 Romeo, entering downwind 21.
Columbia County, Cherokee 20 Romeo, entering downwind 21.
Okay, so here's, okay, so now they're nice and easy. Okay, now what I want to do is my heading is 030 as my runway heading because that's runway 21 and 3 reciprocal. Now you see that mountain way off in the distance? Okay, that's where I'm heading towards. I see now you're parallel runway. Just let it descend a little bit. Just leveling off right there. Go ahead.
All right, so coming in on 21. 21's going to be my...
Yep, that's your final approach. So the reciprocal is 030. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. Okay, so just head straight ahead here. And now you're going to level off at 1,200, level off, bring. Now this way you don't want to get it, just bring your power, just your normal flying, you got to bring the power up. If I always I do is just bring it to my normal cruise power setting. There we go. Okay, there we go. That's all I'm doing is leveling off, okay? So now here it is, okay, now I got my landing checklist, okay, which is fuel and prep tank, make sure it's okay. Okay, now here it is, okay, here's the end of the runway. Now I want to start slowing the airplane up, okay? Now I want to turn my base. I want to be over the apple orchard, these houses right here in this open field. So now we got the plan, okay? So carburetor heat on. Okay, power below 2,000. Okay, now just hold the nose up, maintain your altitude. Now just put down 1 notch of flaps. Okay, and now put a turn and trim in there. Turn right up. Now take your hands right off the wheel. Take your hand right up. It's not fast, so you need some more. You need to see it's going fast. Usually it takes 2 trims. Okay, good. Okay, now we're going to turn my base. Okay, so just take a look. Not just tell everybody, see the green building? Just turn 90. Watch the nose. Just doing a descending turn to the left. Nice and easy. So just say Columbia County 20 Romeo, turning base, runway 21.
Columbia County 20 Romeo, turning base, runway 21.
Okay, so here it is. All I'm doing is 21 and 3 are going to be off my wingtips. That's 90 degrees to the airport. So that's all I care. Now I'm going to check, make sure there's nobody on final. Okay, there's nobody on final. Okay, now you can see the golf course right there. You see that little pond right there? The runway goes just to the right of that pond. So now I have a radius, something to look at. Okay, so now you take a look. Now you just tell everybody you're turning your final.
Columbia County 20 Romeo, turning final, runway 21.
Okay, so now put down your 3rd notch of flaps, or your 2nd notch. There you go. Put down your 3rd. Now you need some trim because you want to trim it up for 80. Trim it right up, trim it right up, trim it right up there, trim it right up there, okay? Now just bring your power right about there. Let's take your power hands off the wheel and just see what happens. There you go. Perfect, okay? So you turned inside a little bit, but that's no big deal. There you go. Those are PAPI lights. You know, there should be 2 reds and 2 whites, but for the small airplanes, we stay all 4 whites for right now because if we were on the PAPIs, we'd be landing in the golf course if we lost the engine. Now, as we're on final, there's perfect. 80 miles an hour stable. Now just give it just a little bit of power. There's going to be a point that appears to be stationary. See that? See the 2nd runway line past the numbers 21?
Yep.
Okay, now just hold the nose down towards it. Now if I have to hold the nose down, that means I got to bring the power back a little bit. Bring the power back a little bit. Bring the power back. Bring it back. And just see the numbers 21. Just stare at that 2nd runway line. There you go. Past the numbers 21. You got a beautiful statement there. So runway, the winds look like a little bit out of the right. We're looking good. Perfect. Now I don't have to touch the thing. See this? Perfect. I'm descending at a nice constant rate of descent. See that 2nd runway line appears to be stationary? Let it keep coming down. And as I approach the runway, now bring the power all the way off. Nose wants to go down, so just hold the nose, just to it. No. Just come to see that 2nd runway line. There it is. Now what it is? Now just hold it off here. No, just relax. Now hold it off. See this? Look at the far end of the runway. Hold it off. There we go. Okay, there you go. And cover heats off. Here, trim is down. Okay, so we're going to stay in the pattern, do a couple touch and goes, okay? Okay, so there you go, now fly here. I'm looking at that mountain way off in the distance. See, you need some right rudder, right rudder, right rudder. See, the only way to get that nose is the right rudder. There you go, very good. Very nice. Okay, so again, all I'm going to do is if I let the airplane fly itself, it's going to make my life much easier, because if I have it trimmed for 100 and I'm trying to keep it at 80, I'm pulling well. If I'm trimmed for 70 and I'm trying to push the nose over, I'm going to get my chasing the airplane all the way around. So you just want to just nice and easy, nice, relaxed, and fly the airplane all the way around. There's a lady in the red dress down there.
Wearing a purple hat?
Yeah, no, she's just standing in the middle of the road down there. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to take our flaps up. There we go. Okay. So all I'm doing is I want to climb at 80. That's going to give me my best altitude in the shortest period of time. So you see that line of clouds there going this way here? Just use that. But again, we're a beehive. The airport's a beehive, so every once in a while you just got to do this. Check for traffic. Nobody's there. Okay. So now just tell everybody you're on an upwind. So Columbia County 20 Romeo upwind runway 21.
Columbia County 20 Romeo upwind runway 21.
There you go.
Level off at 1200?
Yep. And then all I'm going to do is as I do this now, I do a level turn to the left. See that shiny thing in the woods right off your wingtip? That's all I'm doing. Just turn that. There you go. And just bring the power back. Just bring the power back. Listen to the engine. Just watch the nose. There you go. You know, 2400 RPM. There you go. And you're going to have 3 and 21 off my wingtip. There you go. Keep it coming. And then, but just watch the nose. Just relax. There you go. There it is right there. See this? Perfect. Okay, but see, the airplane wants to climb, so I got to either, you get too much power, bring the power back, bring the power back, bring the power back. And it needs to take your hand off the wheel, take your hand off the wheel. There you go, so it needs to just trim it up so it's hands off. There you go. There's my lumber mill, so now just turn your downwind, okay? Now tell everybody you're turning downwind.
Columbia County 20 Romeo turning downwind, runway 21.
All it is a level turn. You're maintaining 1,200 feet. Okay, now this is a good time to do your lane check. Like fuel on proper tank? Yes. Electric fuel pump is on. Mixture's rich? Yep. Okay, so all I'm doing is turning to a heading of 030. That's the way. Okay. Here, now take a look. Is that heading paralleling the runway? Okay, it looks pretty good. Okay, so all I'm doing is heading towards the mountains. That's Lake George all the way up there. See those mountains way up there? Wow. Those are the hills in Lake George. Okay. So that's all I'm doing, heading towards Lake George. Okay, so now, okay. Now, you this time I want to have you do it. Put one notch of flaps down on the downwind, one base, and one as you turn final. So you get, okay. There you go. Now you're going to do is carburetor heat on first. No, before you do that, carburetor heat on first.
Carburetor heat first.
Power below 2,000. Because if I put it down with 2,500 RPM, I'm going to get a big jump. That's good. So now the nose wants to go down. See that little last open green field up there? That's all I'm flying towards right there, okay? And you got to hold the nose up because you don't want to land nice and easy. Okay, now put down notch flaps. Reach up there and give it 2 turns of trim. Give it 2 turns of trim. 1, 2. Now take your hands right off the wheel. Should be about 95 to 100. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, I'm getting scored away. So I'm still heading towards that green field, and I can actually start my descent now because I'm on that. Okay, looks good. Okay, I want to turn my base between, see that building right down there and the apple orchard?
Yep.
Okay, that's right. So all they do is I'm turning 90 degrees. Now tell everybody, just say Columbia County 20 Romeo turning base 21.
Columbia County 20 Romeo turning base 21.
Okay, now don't pull. See, you're pulling the wheel back. Oh, don't pull. See, watch this. See the nose? No, let it fall down. See, okay, now I'm a little high, so put down your second notch flaps. Put down your second notch. And bring the power back a little bit. Bring the power back. Bring the power back. Bring it back. There you go. Now all I'm doing is heading right towards the Catskills there. Perfect. See this here? If I lose the engine, I got the airport made. So now stop your turn. There you go. Now I'm looking down. I got the final approach here. Nobody's on final. Okay. Looks good.
Okay. Columbia County 20 Romeo turning final 21.
There you go. Now I can just bring the power back a little bit. And I put down your third notch. Now again, you gotta see. Now you gotta trim it up. Now you gotta go right to the trim. But see what happens. See that speed. You're letting the nose down, and see what happens. The speeds. Okay, just relax. Just relax. Take your hands off the wheel. Take your hands off the wheel. Take your hand off the wheel. Take your hand off the wheel. There you go. So now we're a little high, so just bring the power back. Bring the power back. Okay. And see that second runway line past the numbers 21.
Yep.
Okay. Now there's my 80. So now I'm just gonna take it, have it, so you get hands off, and see what happens. Okay. Okay. Looks good. See that? I'm just nice and easy. Just second runway line looks good. So we're gonna do this together this time here. See that second runway line? This power setting looks good. If I don't change a thing, the ground is going to come up and smite upon my belly right around on the numbers 2-1. See, I'm sinking nicely now. Okay, so just keep it coming, keep it coming. Okay, now bring the power all the way off. Now watch this. I'm still looking at the numbers 2-1. Now I look at the far end of the runway, nice and easy. I'm just going to hold it off. Look at the far end of the run. A little bit of right rudder. Hold it off, hold it off, hold it off, hold it off. And there, once I'm on the ground, there it is. Okay, now we're going to, before we're going to bring the trim back, okay? And off we go. 1 notch flaps off. Okay, now stay right down the center of the runway. There you go. There we go, looks good. Now 80, 85 is a good number. There you go. Beautiful. This time here we're going to drag the runway. We're going to have you fly the entire length of the runway, but do not let it touch. We're going to have the flaps down and just going to be like a drunken sailor going all the way down there. You're going to use the rudder and the aileron just to show you that you can fly the airplane in the flare. A lot of people get in the flare and they don't want to move the controls because they don't think they can. I'm just going to show you that we can do that.
Yeah, you showed me that before, and it's still like
Yeah, it's
deep down feels really uncomfortable.
Well, it's what you got to do.
Yep.
Looking good. Again, all I'm doing is I'm listening for other airplanes. If somebody said they're on a crosswind, that means that they'd be somewhere down here. If somebody's on an upwind, somebody's entering on a 45 to downwind, they're going to be over there. So this is traffic pattern recognition, okay? That's it. Very nice. All I'm going to do is when I get to 1200, I'm just going to level off and I'm going to turn. See that shiny roof over there? Somewhere's on there. That's roughly where I'm going to go. That's about 90 degrees to the runway, thereabouts, okay? Okay, now there's my 1200, so just, nice and easy. Look at, see, watch the nose. See this? Now bring the power back, bring the power back, bring the power back, bring the power back. Because I want to do is just do a level turn. I see that shiny object way off in the distance there? All I'm doing is looking back. You got this big theater, just enjoy it, okay? Okay, now bring the power back. There we go, looks good. Now there it is. I'm going to trim it up. I'm going to a little bit down trim. There we go. Now there's my downwind right there, so I'll tell everybody turning downwind.
Columbia County, 20 Romeo, turning downwind, 21.
Okay, so there you go. So all I'm doing is a level turn. First lesson we showed you what? Level turns. That's all you're doing. Okay? Going to heading about 030. That's all I'm doing. See those mountains way off in the distance? See the thing there? I'm picking points. Okay? See that last green little triangle thing that looks like an arrowhead way up there? That's the point that I'm flying to, okay? Okay, so now we have the lane checklist. Fuel on proper tank, electric fuel pump on, make sure it's rich. And then at the end of the runway, we can start slowing the airplane up. So all I'm doing right now is straight level flight. You see the nose is coming up? That's the wind. But you got to fly the airplane 030. Now just nice and easy. Just take your hand off. Take your hand off. Let's see what this. It needs a little bit of up jump because the nose wants to go down just a little bit. There you go. Good. So all I'm doing is heading towards that last open field there, that triangle with that white light next to it. Just tell everybody you're on a downwind now.
Columbia County, 20 Romeo, downwind, 21.
Okay, so now, here we are at the end of the runway. Okay, so now we can start, now bring the carburetor heat on. Bring the power back below 2000. What's going to happen? The nose wants to go down, so just hold the nose level. It's nice and easy. Okay, now put down, not just bring it, but just do 2000. If you bring it back too far down, you're going to chase it. Okay, so there you go.
Alright, I said below 2000.
Yeah, just right around 2000, 18, 19. Okay, so now, put down 1 notch of flaps. And then nice and easy, take your hands off the wheel, see what happens. Those ones go down, so it needs a little trim up, so give it 1 or 2 turns up. 1, 2. Now just take your hands off the wheel, see what happens. 95 to 100, perfect, okay? Now I'm going to turn my base between here and there, but take a look. The runway should be about 45 degrees between the wing and the tail, see that? So I'm still hot, so a little early. Okay, there. Now just bring the power back a little bit. Now let the nose down and just turn your base leg. Now put down your second notch flaps. Don't pull the wheel back. Don't pull the wheel back. Let the nose do its thing. See, nose to the runway. See this? Nose heading right towards the that road in the middle of the apple orchard. See this? Now tell everybody you're turning your base.
Columbia County, 20 Romeo, turning base, 21.
Okay, all I'm doing is perfect. See this? I got a nice attitude. Looks good. Now we're at 90 degrees. I'm going to stop. This is all looking. Made nobody on final. Now you tell everybody you're turning final.
Columbia County, 20 Romeo, turning final, runway 21.
Okay, so now you can put down your third notch of flaps. Okay, now as you do that, just watch the nose. Okay, now just start a nice gradual turn, and it's going to go just the other side of the pond. And now you need some trim, because you want with 3 notches of flaps, you want 85. So as you do it, just watch the nose. Let the airplane stabilize for a second. Now shallow it out a little bit, because you shallow the bank out. Shallow the bank, because they're good. There you go. And bring the power back a little bit. Yeah. Power back. Okay. And now you're on final, okay? So you want to choose like the second or third runway line. There, perfect, okay? Yeah, I got the throttle. I want you to just fly the airplane, okay? So what I do is you just see the second and third runway line to hold you 80 miles an hour. But this is a normal approach right here. It appears to be high, but on a 4,000 foot runway, you don't have to look and land right at the end of the runway. Jets do, but you don't. Okay. I'm just showing you. See the nose goes down. If I pull it up, I can go to approach the landing stall because I'm trying to. So I have to add a little bit of power. See their second runway line? Just keep it coming right to that second runway line. Should be right about there, somewhere in the window. Fly right to the second runway line. Fly it up to the second runway. There you go. A little bit, pull the nose up a little bit. Okay, now it is. We're gonna do this here. You're gonna fly right down the runway here. Okay, ready? And I just hold it right there. Now don't let it touch. Okay, now just relax. No, relax the nose. Don't pull. Don't. There you go. Now fly the airplane. Fly the airplane. Fly the airplane. See, look at the far end of the runway. Don't let it touch. Don't let it touch. There you go. Now use your a little bit. See, straighten it out. You need right rudder, left aileron. If you use the rudder, left aileron. There you go. Just like that. See that? You're flying right down the runway. Don't let it touch. Don't let it touch. Don't let it touch. There you go. Fly down there. There you go. Looks good. Good. Okay. Can I give it full power? Okay. Now take carburetor heat off. There you go. Now just don't let the nose come up like that, okay? Just hold it right, nice and easy. There you go. Good. Okay, now we're going to let you do the same thing yourself, but this time you're going to have your hand on the wheel, on the throttle, okay?
We still have all that trim in there, don't we?
Yep. So trim nice and easy. I just want you to fly the nose of the airplane. Okay? Just sit back, relax. See, this is a big fishbowl right here. You're a little fish in a fishbowl. That's all we're doing. 80, 85 is a good number all the way around. There you go. Nice easy turn to the left. All I'm doing is turning, so heading is 030 and 210 right off my wingtip. Should be about a heading about 120. Okay. Okay. I'll tell everybody you're on a crosswind.
Columbia County 20 Romeo, turning crosswind 21.
Okay, there's my crosswind. There's my 1200. So now all I do is level
Columbia
up.
County traffic, Cessna 90457.
No, when you level up, push your nose over. Push your nose over.
21, Columbia County.
Push your nose over. There you go. You don't want to climb over 1200. Now turn to your downwind. Turn to your downwind.
Columbia County 20 Romeo, turning downwind 21.
Okay, but just watch the seat, watch the nose. When you do this, nice, all I'm doing is, see that? All I'm doing is, look out here, turning right to that building right there. Now, so all I need is a 10 or 15 degree bank turn. I don't need a steep turn. There it is, there's that heading. I'm going way off in the distance by that flashing white light. Okay, there you go. Now you tell everybody you're on a downwind.
Columbia County 20 Romeo, on downwind 21.
And now all you're doing is heading straight, all you're doing is straight and level flight towards those mountains way up in the distance, okay? That look good.
Fuel pumps on.
Yep.
Mixture's rich.
Okay, so now, see, you're climbing, okay? But again, when I'm doing this here, I just want it nice and easy, okay? So there, at the end of the runway, so now I can start slowing the airplane up. Everybody down. Or around, just around 1900 RPM. Okay, now listen to the engine, good. Now put down your first notch flaps, okay? Let the airplane talk to you. Let the airplane tell you what it's doing. Perfect, that's good, right there, okay? Put down your second notch now. Okay, and you want about 85 to 90, so if you got to pull the wheel back, you need some up trim. There you go. Now all I'm doing is a descending turn to the left, okay? Take a look, the runway is 45 degrees, so just do a descending turn to the left.
Columbia County 20 Romeo, turning base 21.
Okay, just let the nose down. Don't pull the wheel back. It should be about 85 to 90. Just let the nose down. See this? Perfect. See it? Okay. Keep coming 90 degrees to the runway. And now you put down your third notch. Okay, now when you're doing jump, don't let the nose pop up. Okay. Now you got to hold that nose right there. Now you got to bring the power back in because you're a little fast. Okay. And then trim it up. And now you got, this is where you got to take a look at the airport. How am I, if I'm high, okay, I'm high now. So,
High.
so bring the power back. And now do that. Watch the nose come down. There you go. That's the way. You see the 3 golf carts right down there on the green? You're going to go right over the middle of that the middle golf cart is lined up with the runway. So now start your descending turn to the left.
Columbia County, 20 Romeo, turning final, runway 21.
Okay, now nice and easy. See, I extended on here. See this house with the pool in the backyard? I'm just flying this nice and easy. See, 80-85 is fine. Okay. Let the airplane stay down. There you go. And you shouldn't have to push or pull. Okay, if you're pulling, they're pushing. That means they need some trim. There, perfect. See that? You're probably gonna have to see what happens. See that? Perfect. Just let it stable right like that.
My targets are moving now.
Yep, that's right. No, you're looking at the runway now.
I know.
Okay. Okay. They're chasing their ball because they're all going off to the left-hand side.
Do I need just a hair of power or no?
No, just take a 10 or 15 off because see what happens. See, it's getting steeper, right?
Oh,
So,
okay.
so let the nose down. See, I'm staring at that second runway. So see, don't be afraid to fly there. See that second runway line? I'm flying the airplane right to that second runway line. See this here? I'm going to fly it right to that second runway line. If I have to pull the nose up, that means I add power. Okay? See, here's my second runway line. Okay, looking good, flying right to that second runway line, hanging right in there. See that second runway line? Yep. I'm coming down. I don't touch anything. I'm coming right down. Keep coming down. Keep see that second runway line? Flying it right there. Now bring the power all the way off. Now look, there's my second runway line. Now just nice and easy. I'm going to hold it right there. A little bit of right rudder. Okay, and you're going to touch down. Okay, full stall landing. Okay, off we go. Trim is set. Flaps are off. Okay, now steer. Now look at the far end of the runway. Don't fly. Don't fly. Just see you're flying with your feet there. Okay? Just hold the wheel steady. Okay. Use your rudder and aileron and just go right towards that mountain way off in the distance. There you go. Good. Okay. We'll do one more here, and then we'll head up to Pittsfield, do a right-hand pattern. Okay. So all I'm doing right now is a straight ahead climb. That's all I'm doing. See that cloud right there? And I want to do about 80 miles an hour because that's going to give me my best there. But I have to have the right rudder in there. So I just see that one, there it is right there. I'm just holding it right there, holding right to that cloud, 80 miles an hour. Looking good. Everything looks good. Okay, holding right there. Hold the wheel back there. Hold the wheel back. There you go.
That's a good one.
Yep, that's what you see. You do it. If I don't, if I just hold a little pressure on the rudder and ailerons, and then the wind starts to bounce me, it's gonna return to me. Right? It basically returns. It's not gonna see that. It's not gonna wind's like, if I have to put the aileron and rudder in, then I do that. But I don't chase it. I just look right towards the thing there. There you go. And keep it climbing, because you want to go to 1200. Okay.
Yep.
We're gonna before we actually turn, we're gonna go. They want us because the house is right underneath us here. So straight ahead to 12. Now you can take your flaps off. Okay. Okay. There you go. Now all I'm gonna do is here. I'm doing a level off. Okay. Do a level turn it to the left and level off. Okay. Just watch the nose. Push the nose over. Push. Shallow bank. Okay. Bring the power back. Bring the power back. Right. Bring the power back. There you go. They're good. But hold that nose down. See, I got to use the altimeter as a backup here. I'm just doing that level turn to a heading of 120, so that's 90 degrees to the runway. So there it is, right there. Starting to get a little choppy. But again, that nose wants to come up, so you got to hold it down for you give it a little trim. Okay. The idea is you want to have it so that you see the nose is still coming up, so it needs trim. It needs down trim. The idea is you want to have it so that you don't have any pressure on your hand at any time. Okay. Now I'm doing a level turn to the left. Tell everybody you're turning downwind.
Columbia County, 20 Romeo, turning downwind, 21.
Very good. There you go. So all I'm doing is a level turn. That's all I'm doing. See that mountain's way up in the distance? That's all I'm doing is a level turn. That was one of the first things we taught you, a level 90-degree turn. Now we do the landing checklist. We got the fuel pump on, fuel proper tank and the mixture set. Okay, there you go. Good. And I'm going to let you try and figure this one out here, okay? So what I do is you got to start slowing the airplane up. And once I'm on final, I should be 80 miles an hour, hands off. When in doubt, take your hands off the wheel and let the airplane tell you what it's doing, okay?
Columbia County traffic, Cessna 94570, departing runway 21, will be doing a left downwind departure to the north, Columbia County.
When you bring the power back, hold the nose up because you want to start slowing up. You want to maintain your altitude. There you go. I know I'm turning base between that yellow building and the apple orchard, but take a look at the airport. And I may have to turn in sooner, go out further based on the winds, okay?
Columbia County, 20 Romeo, turning base, runway 21.
Take your hands off the wheel, take your hands off the wheel. It should be about 85 to 90, you're a little fast, so it needs some more uptrim. No, it needs uptrim. The trim is the speed, okay? The altitude is the power, okay? Now just keep turning. You want to see you want to turn base is 90 degrees to the runway, so you want that 3 and 2 1 right off my wingtip there. See this? That's when I do a nice squared off pattern, unless you got a strong wind, okay? There you go. I'd suggest you put your third knots down before you turn final, that way you get it all squared away. Now usually you have to do is you have to bring the power up a little bit just to when that third knot's it drags, okay? Take your hand off the wind, take your hand off the wind, let the airplane tell you, see, perfect, 80 miles an hour. So all I'm doing, see the nose? I got a nice descent, so watch this. Just turn the airplane, let the nose, see this? Let the nose, see this? The nose is staying down, see this? I got one finger, see this here? Just nice and easy.
Columbia County traffic, Cessna 94570, left crosswind, runway 21, Columbia County.
Yeah, shallow it out a little bit, shallow it out a little bit. There you go.
Columbia County, 20 Romeo, turning final, runway 21.
There you go, perfect. I just see that second or third runway line is what I'm looking for. That's all I want. Let the airplane stabilize, okay? You shouldn't have to fight the airplane. This is perfect, see that? You got a nice long runway, so don't worry about the 80 miles an hour.
Columbia County traffic, Piper 7396 Whiskey, over the top of the field at 3000, we'll be doing a teardrop to enter the 45 for runway 21, Columbia County.
Columbia County traffic, Cessna 94570 is on left downwind for runway 21. We will be heading out to the north. Last call, Columbia County.
Nice and easy, nice and easy. No, don't chase it. Hold it off, hold it off, hold it off, hold it. There you go. Okay, nice. Just relax, okay? Very nice that time. You did a very nice job. Okay, off we go.
I never had carb heat on that.
That's all right. Isn't that enough? There. Fly it right off now. Fly it right off. There you go. Right rudder. There you go. Okay, now you want 80 miles an hour, so just take your hand off to it. Take your hand off to it. So it needs a little bit of up trim, okay? If I can trim this airplane up all the way around so I can have my hands off, it makes it easier for me, okay? Now go ahead and take your flaps up. That'll make you change your flap their position here a little bit, okay? Now just take your hand off the wheel. Let the airplane talk to you, okay? So it's 100. So watch this. Just watch this. Okay, just not too much, because a little bit goes a long way. Okay, see the nose there? There you go. Perfect. Okay, now just tell everybody you're on an upwind. You'll be departing Columbia County's traffic to the northeast.
Columbia County, 20 Romeo, on the upwind, 21, departing to the northeast.
Okay, very good. Okay. And we keep continuing climbing all the way up to 3,000 feet. Okay, so as I'm doing, I'm straight ahead here, but again, I have to check for traffic, so every once in a while, don't be afraid, just lower the nose a little bit, check for traffic. Now let the nose come back up all by itself. And now you're going to 1,200 feet, we're just going to go to a heading of about 090. That'll take us up to Pittsfield. Okay. As you do that, just watch, you're checking for traffic right there, just let the airplane fly itself, nice and easy, just relax, There's the hills of Great Barrington right there. That's Catamount ski area, Mount Everett. Pittsfield's right up behind us there, so you're going to have about, right off about the wingtip is about 090. That's good. Now you're just going to say Columbia County traffic, 20 Romeo departing the pattern to the northeast.
Columbia County, 20 Romeo, departing the pattern to the northeast.
That's Mount Greylock up there, that last big mountain up there. Pittsfield's going to be right up in here, so just keep it turning at about 090. That's good. Okay.
Traffic departing Columbia County, we've got you in sight. We're just entering the 45 left downwind for Q1.
Yeah, you just tell them we're out at 2,000 feet. Just tell them we're out at 2,000 feet.
Columbia County, 20 Romeo, at 2,000 feet.
Yeah, we got you in sight there. See, he just said, I got you in sight. I was just telling him, I said, we're just here. I said, he said it's in sight. I said, Roger, we're out at 2,000 feet. That's why you have to listen to all what's going on here, okay? There you go. So as I'm doing is straight ahead, climb to about, I'm heading about 090.
Columbia County, Piper 7396 Whiskey, entering the downwind for runway 21.
You're doing a good job, okay? But the thing is, just nice and easy, just relax. Just everything you're doing takeoff and landings is nothing but the basics. A level turn, a descending turn, climbing turn, a turn, a slow up. That's all it is. So again, just relax, take your time and enjoy it, okay? We're gonna go up to 3,000 feet.
Columbia County traffic, Skyhawk 98795 is departing runway 21 with a left downwind departure to the north. Columbia County.
Break 3011 Juliet Mike. Inbound drop to 1. Juliet, 1, 2.
Okay, just lower your nose just a little bit just to check for traffic. Looks good. There's the valley of Pittsfield straight ahead. Looks good. So now just let it go. Now, nice you always, yeah, that's the way. Just let the nose come back up again. All you're gonna do is you're gonna level off at, at 3,500. We'll go 3,000.
Traffic warrior, Mike Romeo is 5 miles to the east.
There's my 3,000, so just level off. Just level off.
Oh, I thought you said 3,500.
Yeah, we'll go to 3,000. I changed it, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, there you go. As the speed picks up, you can hold it, push that nose over, push that nose over. Yeah, you can trim it down a little bit.
7396 Whiskey, turning base runway 21, South Columbia County.
So Pittsfield is a right.
It's a right-hand pattern, yeah. Okay, now they have, okay, just take your hands off the left, take your hands off the left, see what happens, okay? So once it goes to the right, so let's switch our fuel tanks. See, there's the reason why it's doing that, okay? So fuel pump is on, okay? Looks good, okay? Looks good. Okay, so all I'm doing is Pittsfield is straight ahead there. So all I do, and I'm going to have to, because the Cherokees I hate is they don't burn fuel at the same time. So one's going to be side heavy the other. So now I'm going to be forced to either probably carry a little bit of rudder and left the other and just fly in a little bit of a slip like that because the nose wants to, but you shouldn't have to do it too much. There we go, good. Okay. And now our fuel pump off. There's a grass strip right off the left wingtip there. We'll be going there eventually too, doing some grass fuel. So as they're doing this straight left, hold 3,000 feet. Now take your hand off the wheel. Take your hand. Let the airplane tell you something.
Traffic Skyhawk 98795 is turning left crosswind runway 21.
Okay, so Warrior, Mike Romeo. Okay, so now we're just heading right towards the valley up there about 085. Okay, now let's put in their frequency is 135.37, 135.37.
Observation 1317 Zulu. Wind variable at 03. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 18 Celsius. Dew point 11 Celsius. Altimeter 3000. Remarks. Density altitude 1,700. Pittsfield Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation 1317 Zulu. Wind variable at 03. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear.
And I put 122.7 in there, 122.7. That's their unit, and we have 122.8 there, 122.7. So they said the winds are very light variable, so their primary runway is runway 26, and that's the rate 122.70. No, you didn't know that. You didn't know that. Okay, so there's the airport, 12 o'clock. You see that, you got the hills, you see that first brown patch in the middle of the mountains there?
Yep.
That's the airport right there, and the city of Pittsfield's right behind us. So all I'm doing is, and they have a right-hand pattern, runway 26, okay, is we're on a downwind now. We're going to go a little further out here towards those mountains there, and then we're just going to enter right downwind. Right now, we're about 10 miles to the west, so now we're just going to say Pittsfield traffic, Cherokee 7520 Romeo, 10 west, inbound for runway 26. Yeah.
West.
Yeah, okay, I'm throwing a lot at you.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so when you're talking to somebody, it's who, and what. Who are you calling? Who are you? What do you want? So it's Pittsfield,
right.
20 Romeo, 10 miles west, inbound for runway 26. Okay.
Okay. Pittsfield Airport, 7520 Romeo, 10 miles west, inbound runway 26.
Perfect. That's all you do. And then just remember who and what. Who are you calling? Who are you? And what do you want? I'm just telling them I'm 10 miles west, and I'm going to set up for downwind for runway 26. There you go. Those are the Green Mountains, Vermont way up there, up towards Rutland, Vermont, Lake Champlain. Okay, so now there's the Oneida Lake, Pantusic Lake up there. So what are doing? There's traffic.
Archer 2578, turning on crosswind 14 north.
You see, this is the runway here. Goes this way here, so we're just in that little pond. That's Richmond Pond. We're just going to head to the north of that little Richmond Pond, and that's going to set us up for a right downwind.
Okay. So that big brown patch?
Yeah, the big brown patch,
okay.
yeah, and the city of Pittsfield's behind it there.
Okay.
You're doing a good job. Because this is pattern edge work. Now, they have a right-hand pattern, so what happens is you have to fly through it, so you got to give yourself a little bit more this way here. Because you have to look off to the right-hand side.
Downwind, 14 will continue.
And the same thing, what you do is you're going to be on downwind, you just pick a point, okay, there's the runway up there, what is the point way off in the distance, so just fly towards that point. Okay, so now I want to turn my base. What looks like, okay, there, you'll see a brick building with a white cupola on it. It's an insurance building before you get into Pittsfield. You turn right towards that, okay, and then now you're going to turn in towards your final. So right now, just see that shiny object way off in the distance?
Yep.
I'm just going to go to the left of that because the airport, you know, the runway 26 is when I have to cross it. There we go. That's the way. Beautiful. Queechy Lake down there. This is West Stockbridge down here.
Manifest Jump 1. Sorry, wrong channel. Traffic Jump 1 is turning west of the climb, leaving 2000.
I-90?
Yep, that's I-90, yep. Yep, there's a truck stop right down here.
Okay. So we're over Lee right now?
We're over West Stockbridge. Lee's on the other side.
Ah.
Yep, we're on the west side. There's a Queechy Lake right there.
Okay. I always forget that West Stockbridge has a rest stop.
Yep. Now I just told them that you just say now it's Pittsfield traffic 7520 Cherokee 20 Romeo 5 miles west inbound 26.
Pittsfield traffic 7520 Romeo 5 miles west inbound traffic.
Runway 26.
Runway 26.
Okay, so now I can see runway 26. See the runway this way here?
Yep.
Okay, yep. So we're going to have to go up towards Tuesday. So this is why I'm going to look and say, if I head towards this here, it's going to cross the runway, and then it's going to allow me to do a downwind. Now you see that's the two white square buildings with a little round dot in the middle of it, right down the water tower. You got the lake right here.
Yeah.
Okay, now you just go to the left. See the two flat roofs, the white flat roofs, and the white thing in the middle?
Yeah.
That looks like a good place to turn my downwind. So I'm heading towards Pontusic. See, now I'm going to cross the runway, and once it gets down there, now their pattern altitude is 2,200 feet. So once I clear the trees, I can start down. Once, you know, I can head into the downwind.
2,200 feet. What is the airport elevation?
1,200.
Okay.
Yeah, 1,200. Okay, so now I do lane check. Let's fuel on proper tank. Yep. Electric fuel pump on. Electric fuel pump on. Electric fuel pump on. Electric fuel pump on.
North, climbing through 2,900, departing the area to the northwest, Northampton.
Okay, so now here it is. All I'm doing is there's my runway down there. So now I see the white building roofs and see that road. Looks good. So now just bring the power back. Now watch this. Just bring the power back to about 2,000. Just bring it back. And watch the nose. Let the nose down. See this? I'm just guiding. Don't push or pull. Just in. I'm just heading right towards Pontusic Lake up there. Nice and easy. Heading it this way here. There's my two white buildings there. And I picked this out. Even if it's an airport I've never been to, I can pick this out here. And I can see that I'm looking in good shape. See that road looks like it parallels the runway there too. See this?
Yep. Okay,
so all I'm doing is a straight ahead descent. Okay. Okay, so now I just say Pittsfield traffic, 20 Romeo, entering downwind, runway 26. Right downwind, runway 26.
Pittsfield traffic, 7520 Romeo, entering downwind, right downwind, runway 26.
Perfect. Okay, so all I'm doing, see this? See that road? That road is taking me straight that parallels runway, so now I'm looking way off at a distance. There's some, some open fields or something like that. Now I'm coming out to 2,200 feet, so start feeding your power in, nice and easy, nice and easy. Now just watch the nose come up. Just watch the nose come up. Bring it up. Bring the power in. Bring the power in. See the nose comes up? Let the airplane fly itself. See this here? There you go. Now I can bring the power back to about 20. There you go. Now all you're doing is you're on the downwind there. Okay. Looking very nice.
Definitely a little weird coming in from the right side, but...
Yep, but this, North Adams, Bennington, and Rutland, there's 5 airports right in this area here that all have right-hand patterns because of, this is because
of traffic, Cherokee 5785 uniforms, 10 miles to the northwest, will be center for left downwind to 32 Pittsburgh.
Okay, so here I am, I'm just down, all I'm doing is straight and level flight. See that little green field way off in the distance up there? That's all I'm doing there, okay? So now I just look good. I want to see, there's the center of the runway, see those buildings that started the city of Pittsfield? I want to turn, I see these little red and white towers right down here? It's hard to see right off the nose.
No.
But I can see the buildings. I'm going to turn my base before the buildings. Now you got to keep a little bit of extra power in there. Keep a little extra power in there. Keep a little extra power in there. Keep a little power in there. There we go. There it is. Okay, so now here it is. Now I'm going to start slowing the airplane up. I'm going to come up here. Okay, so carburetor heat on. And I just bring the power back below 2,000. When I do that, the nose wants to go down. So this, I'm just going to hold the nose up like this. See this here? Okay, good. Now put down your first notch of flaps. I just put down one turn, maybe 2 turns of trim. Now take your hands right off the wheel. 95 to 100, perfect. See this? There's the end of run. See that brick building down there with the white cupola on it?
Yep.
Okay, that's where I'm going to turn my base. Okay, so as I turn, I take up a radius. There's a little building right down here. Looks good. The airport's going to get between my 45, between my wing and my tail. Okay, looks good. Now put down
there.
Yep, put down your second notch now.
Oh.
And it should be about 85 to 90. Okay, so just okay.
A little more trim.
Yep, take there. Now there's runways, and I'll turn 90 right towards the building right there. Turn right towards the building. Turn. Now,
Pittsfield traffic, 7520 Romeo, turning
base 26.
Runway 26.
Okay, now I see these red and white towers here. We usually turn right around these red white towers there.
Oh, okay. So I couldn't see those at all before.
Yeah, you couldn't have blended. So now just head right towards the mountain because there's a little bit of wind. Now head a little bit more towards the runway. Head more towards the runway because you want 26. 8 to, there you go. Perfect. There you go. Now all I'm doing is a straight ahead descent. Now there, see, I'm doing the descent right towards that building right there. See, nice descent straight ahead. That's all we were doing before. See this? Put down your third notch. Okay.
The rest of the trim, most of it?
Yeah, no, whatever it takes. Okay. Yep. Okay. Now just again, now bring the power back just a little bit. Okay. Now tell everybody turning final.
Pittsfield traffic, 7520 Romeo, turning final, 26.
And now just nice easy turn. Nice and easy, and let the nose down. There you go. See. Perfect speed. The idea is it's 80 miles an hour, so you're starting to get high, so bring the power back a little bit, and when you do that, watch the nose, let the nose down. See this here? Beautiful. Keep it coming to the right, there you go. Straight ahead, there you go. And don't push the nose, take your hand off the wheel, take your hand off the wheel. See, you're pushing the nose over, see that?
Oh.
So you need to do is bring the power back, bring the power back, bring the power back, go. Bring the power back, there you go. Now see the third runway line? Shoot for the third runway line. There you go, perfect. So he's got a perfect decision, perfect thing. Now, keep it coming down, don't find, now bring the power all the way off. Now nose wants to go down, so now just start looking at the end of the runway. Now nice and easy, hold the nose up, nice and level. Hold it right there, hold it off, hold it off, hold it off. No, you're yanking it, don't yank it. What do is, that's all right. There. What you do is just nice and easy fly the nose up. Okay, ready? Here we go. We're going to do a right hand pattern here. Okay. Now look at the far end of the runway. See this? Just hold everything steady. There's my flying speed, so nice and easy. We're just going to fly it right off. There we go. Just now I'm going to use those clouds as a reference. There we go. Now I'm going to trim it up for 80. There we go. And fly it off. We're going to do a right-hand pattern this time here. This place gets a lot of jets because they're all coming in from Canyon Ranch and Cromwell. Going to go straight ahead here until about, in this case, you're about 800 feet, 1,800 feet, and then we'll turn our crosswind. And so again, see again, hold your heading of 260. So there's your heading at 260. So what, again, if I just use these clouds, see this cloud straight ahead, that's all I'm doing. I got the big mountain off to my left, on the head, clouds looking good. And you see I got the water tower, that's the water tower in the buildings we saw before. So all I'm doing is just a straight ahead. And just lower the nose, nice and easy like this, just lower the nose and turn. That's all I need right there. There's Catamount Ski Area, see it down there? That's where Great Barrington is right there. Okay. And I can bring your flaps up.
Petro aircraft in vicinity, Sussex. Skydive beginning in 2 minutes. 14 and below, use caution. 2 minutes parachute, Sussex.
Okay, now what's 90 degrees off my wingtip? Those solar panels, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep, so now nice easy, just do a nice, easy, gradual climbing turn to the right. If I put too steep of a bank in there, I'm going to stop. You see, you got to pull on there you go, looks good, there you go. Just like that, now just a nice little turn towards this solar panels.
Okay. Pittsfield traffic, 7520 Romeo, turning crosswind, 26.
Okay, so again, don't do a nice turn like this here, and there's the, see the white building with the tower there, that's what I want. Now coming up, here's my 1200, so again, as I'm doing this here, bring the power back, bring it right back, and let the nose down, let the nose down, and just get a little bit down trim. There's my runway down there, there's my 1200, okay, so now there. Just level the wings for a second, just check, make sure there's nobody else going to get downwind, right towards that little tower. And now, here's my road again, right down there. Okay, so now all I'm doing, trim it up, taking it off the wheel, there you go. Trim it so there's, don't be afraid to take it, now go ahead and turn down.
I know it. Pittsfield traffic, 7520 Romeo, turning downwind, 26. 14 north.
Yep. So again, don't be afraid to ever just take your hand off the wheel and to let the airplane tell you what it's doing.
Oh, man.
Okay.
The bumpy stuff right there.
Now go ahead and stop your turn. There you go. I know where it is. Okay. All I'm doing, no, you're not climbing. Because it's just bring the power, so you get 2400 RPM. There you go. Once you level off, was about nice, easy 2300 RPM in the pattern. There you go. Looks good. So now that's starting to get bumpy. So what I do is I'm just going to see that little big building right off the nose there.
Yep.
I'm just going to use that as reference. I'm staring up to there, and I know that as long as I'm going that way there, that runway's staying off to my side. People start doing here, and they start chasing the airplane. All I'm doing now, I can see the golf course way up in the distance. See the green fields?
Yep.
There it is. Then I'm going to turn my base, there's the building right down there. There's in there, somewhere's in here, I'm going to do that. So now you can do your land check with fuel on proper tank, electric fuel pump on, and the mixture set. Yep.
Okay, coming up to the runway.
Yep, so carburetor heat on.
Carb heat on.
Power below 2000. There you go. Now just let the airplane do its thing. And now put down your first notch of flaps. Don't pull the wheel back, don't pull the wheel. So let this, see what the airplane does. See this? 100 miles an hour, perfect, okay? So there's my building down there. So now watch, see the open field right down here? I watch this, I'm just doing a descending turn to the left. See this? Just watch this, nice and easy. See this? I'm just watching the nose. There's the airport, see this? I got the nose down. Airport, nose, checking for traffic. Okay, tell everybody you're turning your base.
Pittsfield traffic, 7520 Romeo, turning base, 26.
Okay, put down your second notch of flaps. Okay, and bring the power back a little bit more. Now as I'm doing this, now I'm just going to square it off towards the brick building there. There you go.
Petro aircraft in vicinity of Sussex. Skydiving in progress. 14 below, use caution. Parachute
when you do that, just hold the nose where you want. That's good right there. Now see, you got a little too much in there, because just hold the nose. No, don't pull the wheel back. Just see, you got a lot in there. So it is, just hold the nose where you want it, what looks like a good attitude. Okay, head towards the golf course. Okay, now I'm going to do a descending turn to put your third notch flaps down. Okay, and just see what happens with the trim. There you go, perfect. Now you're just doing it to tell everybody you're turning final for runway 26.
Pittsfield traffic, 7520 Romeo, turning final, 26.
Okay, so now you're high. So again, it's just bring the power back and just watch the nose. Let the nose come down. See that?
Sussex traffic, use caution.
There you go.
Within 1 minute. 1 minute to Sussex.
Looks good. And as there's heavy, see those heavy white box? That's 1,000 feet down the runway.
Unicom, Skyhawk 42 Echo,
Gone a little fast, so I should trim up. Is there any more trim up?
You trim up, but what's going to happen is if you trim up, it's going to stop your descent. So just bring the power back. Start off. There you go.
Now, clear, Pittsfield, 42 Echo.
There you go. Perfect. Now see those white heavy lines?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where the airplane's going to come.
Pittsfield traffic, 42 Echo, taxi from the ramp to runway 26, Pittsfield.
So now see that? I'm heading right towards that there. Okay, so nice and easy. Okay, now nice and easy. Watch how easy we do this. Now we're going to look at the far end of the runway. So nice and easy. Watch this. See this? Nice and easy. Now I'm going to take my time. I'm going to hold it off. Hold it off. There you go. And let the wind, die off. Okay, here we go. Well, that flaps off. Nice and easy. Okay, now look at the far end of the runway. Don't chase it. If you look at the far end of the runway, you're going straight. There you go. Good. Fly the airplane off. There you go. If you see that you're not going straight down the runway, don't worry about it. Just get a nice little angle. Oh, they're doing an air ambulance out there. That's an expensive air ambulance. Learjet. Okay, so now 80 miles an hour is my climb. So now just take your hand right off the wheel. See this? Let the airplane talk to you. See this? I got one finger. See this? I'm a big proponent of just flying with one finger. See this? Airspeed is fine. It's trimmed up. That's a safe speed.
Traffic,
If I
42
start,
Echo, crossing 3214 to 26.
if I start chasing it up and down, then what's going to happen is I'm going to be fighting the airplane. There you go. Okay, now put your flaps up. This time here, we're going to do a go around, okay?
Okay.
So all I'm doing is straight ahead climb towards those clouds straight ahead. And I just do a climbing turn to the right. That's all I'm doing is a climbing turn to the right. Just nice and easy, nice and shallow back. Yeah, nice continue, a little bit of rudder. There you go, perfect, like that, see that? And I'm just going to keep the turn coming. And then when I get to 1,200 feet, I'm just going to continue the turn, but stop the climb. Just keep the turn coming, that's it. And then the easiest way to do that is just bring the power back because I'm in the pattern. I don't need to get up to 120 miles an hour. Okay. And I keep the turn coming all the way around because there's the field that we want. There's the road. There you go. You got to keep looking outside. There's my 1200s. Keep the turn coming and level off. Level. Watch this. I got the airplane. I got the airplane. Watch this. Bring the power right back. See this? You want to keep the turn coming. See this here? Always have to do is leveling off.
Sussex, skydiving in progress, 14 and below, use caution, parachutes in the air, Sussex all day today.
That's nice and easy, nice and relaxed, and there you are, okay? So what you do is you want to, because what happens is if you're gonna wind up climbing or descending or something like that, so just fly the airplane. All I'm doing is a level off here, and sometimes you gotta bring the power back quite a bit. Okay, very good. Okay, so here you are on the downwind, so now you get your landing checklist, fuel and prepper tank, electric fuel pump on, mix it rich.
Pittsfield traffic, 7520 Romeo on downwind 26.
There you go. And sometimes don't be afraid to be aggressive with
Pittsfield
your
traffic, Cherokee 15538, about 10 miles to the southeast. Inbound, going to be crossing midfield to enter right downwind for 26.
Okay, so now here you are. Okay, always right there. Okay, like that. That's the way. Very nice. You're doing a nice job. Very nice. And now I'm planning. I'm gonna at the end of the run, I'm gonna start a nice gradual descent, a descending turn straight ahead, descending turn, descending turn. Okay, there you go. Good. I put down 1 notch of flaps. Okay. There, it's behind the wing there. Okay, now just do a descending turn to the right. Oh, so you see open field, a little baseball field down there?
Yep.
All I'm doing is a descending turn to the right to that. See, the nose is down so I can't get in trouble. See this? Beautiful. See how you doing? That's perfect. Keeping the airport in sight, so you want to tighten it up a little bit, tighten it up a little bit. See, now keep the turn coming there.
Pittsfield traffic, 20 Romeo, turning base 26.
Okay, but just keep turning right around there. That's it. Very good. You got the idea now. That's the way. Perfect. Now, what was I doing? Straight ahead towards that building there. See that? Now I've used that thing there, okay? I got a nice attitude. If I lost the engine, we probably wouldn't make the airport, so okay? Okay, now you put down, I'd like to have you third set of runway, third set down before you get onto the runway there. There you go. And easy, there you go.
Pittsfield traffic, 7520 Romeo, turning final 26.
Pittsfield traffic, Hawker 850, 720 Tango Mike, taxi for the main ramp, runway 26. We hear the traffic.
Beautiful. We'll be making a straight out departure towards the southwest. Beautiful, see that? Now just fly the airplane. Perfect. You got it. This is a beautiful approach. Now see, bring the power back and allow the nose down. Bring the power back and allow the nose down. See that? Perfect. Use those white heavy boxes as your reference, okay? I want you to land on those white heavy boxes. So again, if you see that you're perfect. Airspeed's perfect. Don't over control. Nice and easy. Just relax. There you go. You're coming down nicely. It's coming down perfectly. There you go. Bring the power back just a little bit, but keep the nose down. Let the nose, there you go, just like that.
Pittsfield traffic, Cherokee 15538.
Okay, power all the way off. Now just bring the nose up. Bring the nose up, nice and easy. Now hold it off, hold it off, hold it off, hold it off. There you go. Beautiful. Now look at the far end of the runway. There you go. Stare at the far end of the runway. Okay, there you go. There's your flying speed, so fly it off. There you go. Very nice. Yeah, I did that. You did a really nice job on that one. You did a really nice job on that one. You're getting the idea of it. You just flew it right to that point.
Hey, private order, 720 Tango Mike at Pittsfield, crossing runway 1432 on the way to 26.
If you're doing something like that, you did a beautiful
Pittsfield
job.
traffic, Skyhawk 42 Echo, departing runway 26 for straight out departure, Pittsfield.
And good, okay, clean it up. Go ahead and clean the airplane up now. And then we're gonna head back towards Great Barrington. So as I'm doing it now, I just tell them, just say, Pittsfield traffic, 20 Romeo, straight out, departure to the west, final call.
Pittsfield traffic, 7520 Romeo, straight out departure to the west.
There you go. There's an 80, 90 is good, looks good. And the idea is, you see, just take your hand off the wheel, let the airplane tell you, see? You got a beautiful speed, that's a nice climb, okay? No big deal. So all I have to do is let the airplane climb itself. In the summertime, you want that so you keep your oil temperature down. See that? That's a beautiful climb, see that? Beautiful. Watch this, if I want to lower the nose a little bit, watch this, I just give it a little bit of trim, see, just a little bit, half a turn. That brings the nose down so I can see the way I'm going. I want to climb at a little higher speed. And we're going to head right down the valley down there, very nice. We're going to climb up to 3,500 feet.
35?
Yep, because what we're going to do a teardrop entry over. They're using 29, so we're going to come overhead the airport, descend a turn to the right, and then into the downwind that way there, okay? There's Butternut Basin right down there.
So 14 north south.
That's what?
At Butternut Basin ski area. You see the lines on the side of the mountain down there? See the mountain down there?
Yep.
You see the lines coming down of it?
Pittsfield traffic, Cherokee 15538, crossing midfield.
There you go. There, we're just going to go up to 3,500 feet. Okay. And a heading of 240 swing. Did a really good job today. I threw a lot at you, and sometimes I forget, that you haven't been doing it, and then so you're doing really good. This is the Stockbridge Bowl coming up, Tanglewood coming up here. That's Lennox right here, and Lee is down there, and there's Terringham Valley down there.
That ski area straight off the nose?
That's Catamount.
That is Catamount,
Yeah,
okay.
and then that one down there is Butternut. So we'll level up at 3,000. Okay, so easy. Watch how I do this level. I got their mic up. Watch this. I know that I'm going to need some down trim, so this is just trim it down nicely. See this here? Nice and easy. Okay. Nice and easy like that.
333 Tango for a short final 15.
Now I get up here. Now I can bring the power back.
Run it up for 132.
So there it is. I have those open fields right there. That's Baldwin Hill right off the end of the runway there. See the open fields up against the mountain down there, straight ahead?
Nope.
You see that? See the open fields at the base of the mountain way off in the distance?
Yeah.
That's Baldwin Hill. Now if I come to the left, you see that little open triangle in the middle of the woods there with a couple trees in the middle of it? That's the airport right there, right off the nose.
Huh, okay.
Okay, so there it is. They're taking it off the wheel. And there it is, 3,000 feet. Perfect. Nice and easy. All I did is, I didn't push or pull, I just flew the airplane by looking outside. Good. So there's Columbia County over here. Here's Pittsfield. I just did this little...
Robert, traffic 6690 Foxtrot on base for runway 20, Robert.
Okay, now their frequency is 22.8, so now you can just tell them you're 10 miles, just say Great Barrington, 20 Romeo, 10 miles north, inbound.
Great Barrington, 20 Romeo, 10 miles north, inbound.
And now they're going
north, descending to Gardner.
Now they're going to listen, they'll tell you what airport runway.
20 Romeo, welcome back, altimeter 3003, and winds are across the runway out of the south right now, no other reported traffic.
Hey, Roger, Roger, copy the winds, we'll set up for 29.
Roger, set up for 29?
Yeah, Roger, we copy the winds, we'll be setting up for runway 29. Okay, so what you do is you just tell them, okay, we understand the weather.
Traffic.
As you said, the winds are out of the southwest, so I said, okay, Roger. And I'm telling other airplanes, okay, here I'm 10 miles to the north. I'm going to be coming over at the airport. I'm going to set it up for runway 29. Okay, very nice. Look at that house down there, 24,000 square feet.
Northwest, runway 24, staying in the pattern for prohibited traffic.
A friend of mine did the foundation. He said it's $24 million to build that house.
I mean, I like nice things, but there's a point when it's just...
What is 24,000 feet? I mean, it's just like...
So you don't have to see your wife.
Yeah, and the kids and stuff. But the thing is, too, it's ugly. It is not pretty at all. It's got these weird angles, this, that.
Z46 Alpha Foxtrot, 4 miles to the southwest, we enter left downwind.
Okay, so as we're coming into Great Barrington, this is Housatonic right straight ahead. Okay, there's the Route 7 going down by the high school, and there's a Butternut Basin down that neck of the woods. And then that little triangle with the trees in the middle of it, that is the Great Barrington Airport. The trees are along Route 71, and the open field is the cornfield on the other side of the field. And you can see the line, there's the runway right there, okay? So what we do is we're just going to head right over that, and then as we get overhead the airport, we'll start a descent. Here's the runway. We're going to come over 3,000 feet. We're going to do a descent, and now see that. There's the airport. You see that green square field way off in the distance, and past it to the right.
Yep.
Just going to head right over that, and just to the side of Baldwin Hill, and come back in this way here.
So we'll cross midfield and come around?
Yep. We're gonna. This is the overhead pattern. As you're coming up like this, you know, the pattern altitude is here. We're coming overhead the airport above the pattern. Just gonna turn right to the right, and we're gonna enter the downwind. That's the preferred way that they want, and that's why I would teach you. If you're coming back with Peggy on your check ride, then that's what she wants to see. So. I don't understand these trees. This has been these red lines all the way around this year here, and I've never seen that before. See how the reddish on the top of the mountains are? And I said, now you get that wind maybe drifting us a little bit, so I'm just going to head right towards that. And I can also see the wind. See the pond straight ahead?
Yep. See
how it's flat on the south end there, and then it's ripply at this end here? That means the wind is coming this way here. Diamond Lake is the way the winds are coming from.
The mountains are really pretty brown for.
Yeah, I just this red. I mean, I've never seen that before. I don't know what the story is.
I mean, I know a lot of ash trees have been dying.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's part of that or.
It could be. I mean, I noticed the other mountains up here too. You know it's all.
It has been pretty dry though.
Yeah. Now what you're going to do is get a little closer. You're going to say Great Barrington, 20 Romeo, 5 miles north. We'll be setting up for an overhead descent for the downwind runway 29. Okay, so you're going to be coming overhead at 3,000 feet for the downwind for runway a teardrop. Overhead at 3,000 feet for the teardrop entry to runway 29. I'm even getting confused this morning.
I was going to say, okay. Great Barrington, 20 Romeo, 5 miles to the north, setting up for a teardrop for runway
29. Very good.
We've obviously been doing this a long time to be able to pick out these landmarks from such a distance.
I can see exactly where my house is. I can see exactly where my son's house is. I know there's Lake Buell right over there. There's Lake Garfield over there. And coming right over Terry's house right now. Our office manager. Okay, now there's the airport right there. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to sit right here. I'm going to wait until I'm just about 3,000 feet because I got to go down to 1,700 feet. That's 1,300 feet I got to lose. So it is. I'm going to maintain 3,000 feet until I'm right overhead there. Now I'm just going to say, then when I'm overhead, I'll just say Great Barrington, 20 Romeo is overhead at 3,000 feet for a teardrop entry to runway 29. So they know that we're going to go here. So you go straight ahead. See the trees? See that open field down there? So all it is going to head towards that green field. Do a descent turn here and enter the downwind at 1,700 feet. All it's doing is a descending 270-degree turn.
And that's going to be entering the downwind, not the final.
No, for the downwind. Yep, that's correct. Yeah, all they do is the easiest way to do is just bring the power back a little bit and allow the nose. When I bring the power back, it's because I now want to go down. I want to watch the nose go down. Let the nose come down. There you go. Not too steep, not because I don't want to be cutting across the downwind at 1700. So just nice, easy. See that open field there? I'm just heading toward that nice open field right there, nice and easy. There we go. Okay, now you just told him this is Great Barrington traffic, 20 Romeo's overhead out of 3000 for the teardrop 29.
Great Barrington, 20 Romeo, overhead at 3000 for the teardrop, downwind 29.
Perfect. That's okay. So everybody knows if I'm down here, I was, oh, I got a guy coming overhead, he's going to be doing a teardrop, okay? So all I'm doing is heading towards that open field, swinging down there towards these open fields, and then there my downwind goes over that barn there. So I do is just do a descending turn, nice and easy, all the way around.
Okay. But not until I get further.
Yeah, you got to get further because you're right overhead the airport right now. So, in perfect shape. Okay, so now you can make your concentrated descent. Okay, bring the power back a little bit more. Put the carburetor heat on. So all I'm doing is heading right towards that open field right there. See that little pond right there? I'm picking out points so I can fly around it because my normal downwind, I'm going right over where my normal downwind is right now. So that's why I want to be above the downwind attitude so I'm not going through somebody.
So you want me to use that pond as a point?
Yeah, just now head towards here. And again, we're just doing a descending turn and we're going to stop the descent at 1700 feet. Okay?
Okay. Do you want me to fly over the pond or use that as my pivot?
We're gonna pivot. We're just past the downwind now, but you want to make sure you're not turning into somebody on the downwind.
Right.
Okay, that's it. See the airport behind us?
Yep.
Okay, now just do a descending turn to the right all the way around to 1700 feet, and you're gonna level off. Okay. I just say 20 Romeo entering the downwind runway 29 Great Barrington.
Great Barrington, 20 Romeo, entering downwind 29.
Yep. So there's my 1700. See, there's the airport right down there. So it is. I'm just see that White House right there. I'm just doing a descending turn to the left here, so to the right here. Okay. I got to bring a little bit of power in because I don't want to go below 1700. Yeah. Oh, see this there?
You almost have to be a contortionist sometimes to look around.
And I'm just going to go. There's my Egremont Country Club. Okay, so I'm just going to head right down towards the back 9. Now I just say Great Barrington 20 Romeo downwind 29.
Great Barrington 20 Romeo downwind 29.
There it is. Okay, and I like 1700 feet right off the end of the runway. Look at that. Okay. Okay. So now you got a lot of nose down, so you got to hold that nose up. Okay. Okay. Now here you're at the end of the runway. Carburetor heat on. Power above 2000. Looks good. Now put your flaps down. There you go. Now I want to turn my base. See the L-shaped barn down here and the house on the hill that I can't afford? We're going to turn our base between there. Okay. So you got to set yourself up. So that would, before you turn your base, put down your second notch. Okay. There you go. And now just start turning your base leg, and then take a look at the airport. It looks good. Now keep your hand on throttle.
Great Barrington, 20 Romeo, turning base, 29.
Okay, now again, watch the nose. Watch the nose. Nice, easy bang. See that? There's the runway. There's the nose. Runway. Now put down your third notch. Get that out of the way. And get some trim so you got 80 miles an hour. Trim it so you get 80. Yeah. If it brings the nose up too much, it means you got to bring the power back. There you go. Okay, now see that one tree on the side of the hill right here? With the brown house here? All I'm doing, that's my base leg, straight ahead. See this? Checking nobody on final. Looks good. And I tell everybody you're turning final.
Great Barrington, 20 Romeo, turning final, 29.
And I just bring the power back and allow the nose down. Bring the power back. Now we're shooting for the second runway line, okay? And nice and easy. See this? Nice and easy. Power back a little bit more. There you go. Power back a little bit more. Power back some more. Right back. There you go. Power all the way off. Okay. So now see that second runway line? It appears to be stationary. That's, if I don't change anything, that's where the ground's going to come up. Okay. I'm going to get a little sinker here. See that second runway line? It's perfect. See that? I'm just descending straight ahead, right towards that second runway line. I've just got my aileron and rudder together, flying at 80 miles. Look at that, 80 miles an hour, right to the second runway line. See that? As I approach it, now I know I got to brake my glide. So now watch. Look at the far end of the runway. So notice I'm taking my time now. See this here? Holding it off, holding it off, holding it off. There you go. The idea is you're just going to talk yourself all the way through. Now once I'm looking on the ground, I'm staring at the far end of the runway and I'm steering with my feet. There you go. That's it. Okay, you get the brakes. There you go. Very nice. Go slow right up. Now we're going to come to a stop. We cleared the runway, so we're going to come to a stop. And now we're going to take the flaps up. Go. Okay, now you take the brakes off, and we're just going to park it the same way as this guy is here, but on this side of the pump, okay?
Okay.
Very nice today. Beautiful. And now get your checklist up for the shutdown. Did a really nice job today.
Flaps are down. Fuel pumps off. Off. There you are.
Master. Excellent job. Did a really nice job today.
Thank you.
Yeah, we started off just showing you how to slow the airplane up for getting it set up for takeoff and landings and get yourself squared away.
Yeah, I guess it takes us old guys a little longer to learn some stuff.
No, it's the biggest thing. If you just remember, if I let the airplane talk to me, people are fighting the airplane, take your hands off the wheel. If I'm landing 100 miles an hour and it's doing 120, I need to trim it up because I'm fighting the airplane. Now, if I'm doing a long climb out, I have to take off. I just trim it up for 80 so my hands off, because 80 is going to be a safe speed. It's going to keep me at 80. As I get up out there, the nose is going to drop to maintain the 80, and eventually it'll just level off because it can't do anything, but it's going to maintain the 80. And it's the same thing on the landing here. I come in, I set myself up for 80. That's going to prevent me from, if I pull the wheel back, I can get in trouble, but if I just take my hands off the wheel, it's going to maintain that 80 all the way around.
I mean, I'm still at a point where everything's still happening really quickly in my head.
Yep.
As time goes on and I become more comfortable, I think each motion will become a little more natural.
You're doing very good. You don't have that much time. You're doing very well. All right, I'll see you inside.
All right.
I'll get your logbook here. I'll fill out your logbook. Yep. I'll let you get your GoPro and all that stuff.